thing. Give me a second. I forgot my wand, and I shall be right back. Excuse me. Oops, a daisy. Am I forgetting anything else? Yes. We forgot that. Darling. Hey! Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good. Period. Okay. This is, Gifts Unlocked for To the Inner Wild, Season 1, Episode 16, The Final Cut, in my favor. Alright, so on the left side, is energy? Header. Yeah, energy. Okay. So, Woman of Wands. That is the Queen of Wands in reversal. It is labeled as Censor using the Voyager Tarot. That's what I got. Okay. Normally at first glance, you would say, that's the hoe. That's the hoe. Straight up. But, like, I know my presence, even within recent history, and that would be an outright lie. It's like, if I don't have the evidence to back that thing up, then we got to read further. Okay, so this is objectivity with my magic. It's withholding magic. Quite the contrary. So, this is, the final cut. All right, anyway, we'll get a little bit more on that. On the right side is 8, which is balance. Already a major arcana here. Now, balance, it does depict strength here. This is kind of like Circus du Soleil, like the crazy Chinese, acrobatics that they do with the balance. And you have to, like, the ultimate display of strength is the balancing act. However, I believe that because there is a scale here, that this is the realm of justice. So let me just check. Okay? Let me see if there's anything showing me anything here. I had my brunch already. Okay. Hands down. A bunch of hands down, you see? It's like, hooray! So maybe, like, I have a team here, like the final cut. Let me check. I feel like that. It's the receptivity of allowing what magnetizes to come through, and believing that those that are truly like my superior divine collective are going to come first. Definitely. Rather than some extra bougies. Everyone knows from here out, when I greet people, I shall nod. Because of so many occult, fine print in greetings. I must stand very guarded, very objective. This is I got the power, for sure. This is consulting with Hecate. Personal consult with Hecate. All right. I just got my... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, this would be rather painful, for sure. Let me just get this straightened out. It's broken, but it still works. I don't even think they sell it in this fashion anymore. I think they reformatted it. Anyway. The right side, balance. Oh yeah, I was going to look that up. Eight. Balance is a law of action and reaction. For every action, there's an equal reaction. The number 8 balances a balance, symbolizes balance amidst ever-present change. Every change creates a new balance, imbalance. Balance is a dance, a continuum of Libra-like mental adjustments to keep your equilibrium. You possess a flexible mind and capable of adapting. The bipartite brain symbolizes the balance of your left and right brain. You are analytical and creative, mathematical and poetic, intellectual and dreamy, decisive and reflective. Like the sword that facets of the diamond, and the facets of a diamond, you are sharp-minded. You are able to penetrate all sides of an issue. Like the balancing sword of justice, you possess an objectivity which enables you to evaluate the pros and cons. Alexa, stop. The pluses and minuses. Balance is known in the traditional tarot as justice. Like a judge, you act with fairness. You are fair to all sides of yourself, your mind, bird, heart, cup, body, sphere, and spirit dancer's reach. Okay, so mind is symbolized by a bird, heart is to a cup, body is to a sphere, and spirit is to a dancer's reach. Okay. You seek equality in relationships. You maintain a sense of proportion in your life. You can be, however, judgmental and critical, as the sword is the slayer. Your compulsion to keep things in order may prevent you from making appropriate adjustments. So something to think about, that last portion is the reversal side of it in its standard unit. Wonderful to see this upright on my doing side, and all the more context to the Queen of Wands in reversal on the left side. Okay, so before enacting my magic, spell casting, or prayer, or, you know, even simple thinking of intention, upon even greeting energies, because I am so magical, so powerful, I must remain objective. At this stage, it is a display of one's own current level of mastery. So, that's that. That's good. That's good. That's telling me I'm powerful. All right, so now for the header cards. We're going to use a transparent tarot. So delicious and nutritious. All right. Oh, my chocolate is up there. Where's my candy? At least my other candy's here. Okay. Oh, look, the last one was justice. Do you see it? The last one I had selected. And it's been a while. Segue cards. Or left or right. These are segue cards. Okay, they landed just like this. So, okay, first off, or in the back, two of cups in reverse. 3 of swords in reverse. And what is this? This is, I don't know, what is it? 6 of pentacles. Upright. You see? 6 of pentacles upright is a good description of justice in play in its community sense. Like, everyone gets what's theirs. Everyone, there's a common exchange, okay? Whether it be healthy or toxic. But here, this is actually, here, this is doing away with hardships of heartbreak and poor relationships. Very yeah, the injustices of the domestic unit and its singular depictions when we're, you know, just on our own. And when I went to private school, we did talk about how I think there was a portion of it where there was mindfulness on who we are as an individual and how important it is to maintain that fortification, because as you develop in your relationships, especially, I mean, you're in it for the long run, especially if you're that invested. And so you have to think on greater terms other than the now. You have to think about it as truly like a financial investment and your return on it from a day-to-day basis on its like very incremental portion, as well as part of your retirement plan. And this is not to like be so boxed in, but to think on a greater scale that when you're investing, it doesn't always have to do with straight up finances. Your finances, again, are only a tool to our state of being, our quality of life. And there's nothing that can really pay for presence, you know? So in looking at that, realistically, in relationship development, we realize that everyone's constantly changing. And the best way to create a stronger relationship is to enhance and support each other's growth. And and so I think a lot of people have lost that over time. I would say that that was definitely a luxury in going to private school, because I don't know if that stuff is covered in other educational curriculums. But I had a particular teacher that was very firm in relaying, like, you know, we're all going to have to separate at some point. We're not all attached to the hip. And so I'd say this is one of the lasting, like, understated impressions that this teacher you know, relayed to us. And some were like, I came from a background that was very rigid and strict, like yeah, like at that time, the whole idea of you do you was very like frowned upon. And that was very 1950s, like support one another, and you know, everybody smiling and pose for the picture, etc. So to like to conceive of like everybody has bad days, and giving people space and time and to be mad and upset and to vent on their own, because I don't want to be a part of that, was almost like the judgment arousal of saying, oh, you're not supporting your partner, you have to be there 24/7. Some people just need to like fuse it out, you know. They don't, so like it's just a matter of like also self-preservation and the reality check of like once you're in it, before you're in it, understanding the realm of human nature. And so when we're looking at justice over here, again, I am removing anyone who doesn't have good intentions. So when you're looking at the realm of justice and its domestic unit, as well as the exchange, this is the enactment of releasing the the heartbreak and the faulty relationships, you see? So now true reciprocation is allowed in its upright form, rather than this is considered imbalances. Like, you don't have one more fug to give, basically. You're not able to share, reciprocate, because there is a true imbalance. So, looking at that, it's doing away with that, okay? All right. So, yeah. So that was a good contrast in playing almost like devil's advocate in a softcore sense. And I think I was maybe a teenager at that time, maybe. Because I don't think it was elementary school. No. Mm-hmm. So very interesting that that's still stuck with me today. Like, it's not something that I always think back on. It's just like, I remember that time. Flashback to the Wonder Years. All right. Okay, so that was a segue. Okay, so we're gonna do a pull, okay? Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese. What is it? Oh, I already see the King of Wands. Oh my God, that's crazy. Okay, and then the Page of Wands in reversal. So, this is very interesting, very interesting. It's starting to get heated. All right, so I have this, I'm hearing relationship manager here. This is a, it's, a networker, or someone that has, a huge network. This is a very charming man, but, in upright, not a player, okay? You see? Let's verify. Is a player or not? Not a player at all. So this is actually magnetizing the right kind of contacts, you see? In fact, it is laid over the hands, you know, all in. Psh, psh, psh. I am building a friggin' network. Do you see that? Where the hands are mounted right there? I'm building an empire of those that make the final cut in my favor. How wonderful. That's wonderful. So this can be conceived of as internal and external. This is actually more so internal. I'm building my my empire. I'm building through the magnetism these righteous contacts, for sure. This is wonderful. So excellent. So I don't have to completely rely on, like, is there going to be someone that will save the day? Because, like, everybody has their own structures in life, and I can't, like, I don't know. I mean, it would be wonderful. It would be miraculous if I was you know, got that kind of not just hype, but investment, you know. I would, you know, that would say a lot. I know we're all just people here, but you know, that would be a true game changer, I would say, in the act of even just human behavior. Yeah, because, you know, there's a lot of sellouts out there in order to get where they are. And I'm not just talking about like celebrity status. I would probably gauge that as more compounded in sellout status to be able to get to where they are. But I do believe in self-made, upright energies. They got there through, through their own merits, not having to play anything political. Yeah, and so I believe that exists, and if not, I shall create that existence. Because, like, it should exist. Like, out of all the bullshit that exists out there, that should exist. That would be, that would do the world justice, for sure, to know that it can happen, and that it did, and that it still exists, and that it paved way for many others, you know. So, there's that. All right, what else here? Okay, so, on the Page of Wands in reversal, it, coincides with this ballerina that we had pointed out. Let me just get it straightened out here. For sure. Do you see? Someone wants to start something. A little devil's advocate type of energy, though. Because as you can see, it's like a youngling almost. Oh my gosh. So, give me a second here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I'm actually doing better than okay. Rhiannon Jones 2406. Thank you. Okay. I'm just seeing who else does not belong in this. Who doesn't make the cut. Okay. All right. So, as you can see here, um, so I am in my mid 40s, and I have noticed, just like as others have seen within my age range, a trend. Maybe it's an undying trend because I've heard of this, like, um, somebody's mom, Stacy's mom, yeah, kind of energy, where younglings will flock to us. And I don't know if it's that juvenile study where, like, people hit their like women hit their sexual peak in their 40s or something, and so maybe people are just like into the whole sexual exploration thing. But I think there's a deeper notion than that, especially with uh, cultural implications and um, standards of living implied by technology. So there's a lot more of like the like siloed effect within communities, and especially within domestic units. So I think people actually crave more of the one-on-one, like, wherever people lack, they seek to fulfill. And so I feel like it's more of that. But like, I don't know. I think coming from the outskirts, I should feel flattered by youngling energy attracted to me, or like, approaching me like that. But it feels very, I wouldn't even call it, put it in the category of objectifying. I would say it's more like confusing. Not because I'm not receptive to that kind of energy, but the delivery comes off as more like, I don't know, it's a different category. It's um almost like the juvenile joys of like um of like undertaking like one of the main attractions, like, oh, this is like out of the ordinary, etc. Like, when younger folks would talk about like threesomes, or like, oh, girl and girl action, like just kind of like introduction to the taboo. And so I know, like, older men tend to think that way too. But like I've heard so many talks in the background through circles of friends that are mainly guys. I can't really call them friends because I know how things ultimately cemented, and how they were contributors to the fall down and the letdown. So but what I got to say is that I just find it strange, like not authentic. I would say it's not authentic. But I wouldn't even place it in the category of like playerhood. It's just an automatic, like when you card someone, um it's like, oh, bullshit, you're not even old enough to comprehend what this is, you know. And so there's that. Yeah, I've got my clothes up there, some stuff right there. Of course I do. Oh yeah, I'm doing far better than previous. I wouldn't say it's lonely. I would say I'm thinking about my long-term investments. I'm thinking about investments even in the short run. And engaging with anyone that's inauthentic is, it's like, who's the dumbass, you know, really in partaking. Like it's not even a gamble. It's like a waste. So I must have offended you in saying, if you think that's something that's lonely, in some way, some subconscious way. But anyway, looking at this, this is a page. A page is someone that's maybe like, I don't know, someone up into their 20s, at most. Yeah. But pages are more like children. So they could be even, barely of age, you know. In here, it's depicting something that's very juvenile. So, but, yeah, so it's like those who don't make the cut are obvious. Okay, they are a child stuck in a young body. Okay, someone that's maybe like in their, I don't know, late teens to early 20s, but like they have an even more juvenile stance, like far younger. You see this? That's right there. Okay, it's in reversal. Someone who wants to start shit. And so look at this right there. You see where his wand is, or whatever, his or whatever wand, it's right up her alley, right there. And that would cause definitely an imbalance here. So there's that. It's just knowing before acting. Knowing what suits you and what doesn't. And I can't expect everyone to agree with me here, but I would find this stance certainly agreeable, especially exiting like bullshit, you know, a lot of bullshit. And so to allow any other degree of that, it is ultimately a waste. You haven't learned your lessons. Like nothing in your life really improves because you can't really silo your relationships. Like it's everything affects, everything is everything. Lauryn Hill. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. Back to here. All right. So Gifts Unlocked for To the Inner Wild, Season 1, Episode 16, the final cut for me. Okay. The final cut in my favor. This one. Okay. Six of Worlds and Child of Wands in reverse. Look, the Page of Wands, it came out in reversal again right after, and that's labeled as a seeker. Okay. So maybe that's the finder then. That's found. Universal. Okay. What was lost was once is now found. Yeah, what was once lost is now found. So Six of Worlds. I have to double check if worlds are pentacles or I forgot. I will find out. Let's close them up. World is... Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Cups, crystals, no, okay. Worlds, okay. Physical, pentacles, okay. So Six of Pentacles again, it's reiterated here. How interesting is that? So this reiterates, those who make the cut in my favor are those who truly 100%. So it was 100. Well, not 300. As this is more of like an amplification, so more of a multiplied effect. Was it 6 zeros? So 100,000? Is that no? That's 1 million then. Yeah. 1 million. Yes. Oh yeah. Something 1 in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Yeah, that kind of energy all day long. Yeah, so it goes with it. Okay. So synergy. Truly exchanging with those that are found. See? Seeker. They are found now. They know themselves. And to know themselves is one big step for mankind. One big leap for mankind. It's the huge boost in getting to know other people, like straight up for real, for real. Let's remove this ignorant energy here. Fry from 98. Oh, you know what I just realized? That energy was satanic. Yeah, for sure. Because he was saying, Jesus ain't gonna save you from your sins. And I'm only saying it like that because of his 2 other comments that was poorly grammatically formed. And just the just like the level of ignorance that projected that. Anyway, so there's that. Okay, clarifies what's actually, there it goes. What clarifies the 6 of Worlds upright? Like that. Oh, it's the High Priestess. Okay. High Priestess in reverse. Like that. How do we do it? Okay, it's concave like that. Okay. So something in the books. So there's serpent-like knowledge here, but it's like, you know, like a divine feminine, like Mother Gaia form. You'll see that over here, because right here, there's a textbook, you know, the moon card, moon up there. And so looking at that, this encircles, I don't know what this planet is. I'll go ahead and find out. But here, it looks like a serpent, right? Weird eyes right here, the nostrils, the mouth, and then the, like, that head, you know, that dimension here, with like a little, like, bow on the top. Knowledge. So this is being objective with the type of downloads received. Like, Okay, the certain energies that troll around here, whether it's my forum or someone else's forum, how do I say this? They don't think very much of themselves. Otherwise they wouldn't be doing any of that stuff. Um, I think they're used to being called like and being identified as a waste of space. And so rather than me beating a dead horse on that, it's noting, you know, you can live your dramas out your entire life. You can typecast yourself in certain arenas. However, there's something greater to see in what we teach each other. So, like a serpent is almost demonized in biblical history. However, in spirituality itself, it's a measure of healing, an opportunity to tap into something outside of the box, and not for the galore of something taboo, but more so knowing that everyone has something substantial to invest. And yeah, so there's that energy. It's just a matter of tapping into that. So I don't know if I would say I'm frustrated by, you know, yucky energy, like the ones that propose themselves to be insignificant because that's probably all that they've heard in their lives. Or, you know, through the disappointments of people who were substantial, who were once substantial in their life. But like everyone, you know, like how they say there's records in certain stones, like a record keeper, and that's usually like in celestial quartz, or some kind of even like the melody stone. There's triangular ridges, imprints on the point, and so you can there's certain concepts thrown around where you can tap into those portions, and they are truly record keepers. So same could be said about our energies. And so it's just a matter of tapping into something that is almost hard to believe because it's not within our familiar zone. And so to engage in that is gives a true meaning of taboo. And so I would have to consider these energies that come off as trolls hold something, a certain perspective that is of value. It just is like dormant. It's there, but there's almost like a curse. Like all that's projected is like the forked tongue effect. And so yeah, these are kind of like lost souls type of energy, living dead energy, where those that are truly evil will harvest these energies and pretend to like give a safe space, give a home, give them something to you know, look forward to, a sense of belonging, even if it's within darkness. And so the true culprits of bullshit are the ones that are basically trafficking. This is trafficking behavior, exploiting these energies. And so that's, I think, where the real frustration comes from. Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, there's that. So as a high priestess, it's not like the upstage value, like I know more than you, I'm doing better than you, obviously, that kind of energy. I get to wear this like crystal crown, etc., or you know, like it's not the embellishments of the high priestess, it's not um um the prestige of one, but I think the greatest high priestess is also able to look to do the groundwork within um, something that seems to be like an empty bucket, an empty bucket list, which I can totally understand because I mm, I'm hoping that I'm trusting that my new life will have a bucket list, a bucket to place, you know, my list in. Yeah. So there's that. So this is being objective with the learnings, with the teachings, with the presentation, the resources. It's just sad to see the, you know, the deviations of these energies that play along with it. Yeah, it's totally like my ex's energy. Like the last comment was, what do you call it? Oh look, it's my favorite trans reader. And like again, it doesn't make any sense. It absolutely doesn't make any sense. Um, it's like the complete opposite of what I represent. I know that like, so it doesn't bother me really. I just like, again, it just doesn't make sense. Um, like these are level 5 or even level 3 people, you know, when you, like I was backtracking on yesterday, or on the previous reading, and it's like, he's he's a 3, or like he's a 5, let's be a little bit more fair, he's a 5, but his comments are, you know, and so that makes a lot more sense in delivery, because it's saying that someone who's not even qualified to provide inputs are, you know, are inputting. And so like they're not even like, what is it? That's mid. That's truly mid energy. At best. It's like mid trash. But anyway, Child of Wands. Okay, so I found those who make the cut. I think everybody, I'm not even gonna answer that. There's rage bait. I think people who hide whatever's truly going on with them are injustice to themselves as well as the public. So I'm not going to explain any further than that. But yeah, those are energies that likely have something to hide, that are ashamed. Anyway, Child of Wands in reversal. Okay, those that make the cut here. Those that are found. This is Four of Pentacles in reversal. These are energies that take a personal sense of ownership where I don't have to micromanage them. This is wolf energy. Yeah. You see, because there's a wolf right there. And although this is in reversal, look at, you know, it's standing on business for sure. So those are the energies. Okay. All right. So, the final cut in my favor. But, you know, like, back from the previous reading, like, not everyone really presents even an ounce of wisdom. So, yeah. So I think 100% it's not to overthink things. Oh, look, there's quite a bit here. Opening up to the Guardian, the Woman of Crystals, which is, let me check on crystals here. So that's the Queen of Cups, I would say. No, Queen of Swords, I feel like. What is it? Crystals. Swords, yeah. Okay, Queen of Swords. The absolute truth. And then, is the Sage a knight? I think so. Sage of Wands is the primary here. Sage of Wands. Oh, you know what? They put Sage as the as the page. And the child is actually the knight. So this is a Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. I think the message still sticks, but this is Sage of Wands. All right. So, Page of Wands. Okay. This is a new start. This is initiating force. Nine of Cups in reverse. And then Two of Swords. King of Cups. Page of Swords. Holy crap. The whole thing? Okay. Five of Cups in reverse, and the Universe card, it fell on blast, but originally it's in reversal. So it's knowing, like, understanding the patterns of other energies, like certain other people's continuing cycles. Continuing cycles and putting an end to them, like straight up putting an end to them. So, here, Five of Cups. Yep, it's graceful goodbyes for sure. Page of Swords. This is learning. It doesn't take very much. It doesn't. This is like the introduction, like the first chapters of this new forum. And this is coming in correct. So this is easy peasy energy. Like, I don't have to get upset or in. I think my maybe, is it a mistake? No, they're saying it's not a mistake to be intrigued by certain energies that choose to be tools, you know, tools of someone else's game plan. Yeah, it's just like a pity fool. Yeah, for sure. So Two of Swords is coming in like guarded. Like, I know I'm a healer. I know what I can do. So coming in, I wouldn't say guarded, just protected. So before I came onto this reading, I was let in on how to further protect my energy, so that I wouldn't feel the propositions of, like, in the projections of other people's problems, you know. And so there's that. But this is reformatting, like going in, reformatting the terms on what makes me happy. And so there are protective clauses in there. So this is Sage of Wands. This is a Page of Wands, upright and stating, yeah, I can start. I can, even though I'm maybe inexperienced in this particular arena, that's kind of new to me. The exposure is a wonderful thing, because like anybody can step in with I wouldn't even call them judgments. Like, I don't even know what to call them, but it's easy for someone to walk into somebody else's place and throw down disrespect. It's easy to not take accountability or ownership and try to fuck someone else's life up in to whatever degree. It's easy to um, be the victim and play the tyrant. It's easy to do those easy things. So I mean, it's child's play. For here, this is child's play is in mischief managed. So let me get a clarifier for the Sage of Wands here. And I think, like, the biggest issue of, you know, these projections, from my experience at least, it's noticing that people are abusing a certain substance, whether that be alcohol, pill popping, or, you know, certain drugs that, yeah, definitely. Okay, so Two of Wands. This is straight up, knowing what's for me. I have certain plans in mind, and they don't include lower ranking bullshit, you know. That's plain and simple. It's cookie cutter. Not much to ask for, and therefore not much to command. But here, this is sizing everything correctly, even as a seer. Paid readings only. This is a fire of 100,001 lords, something like that here. The fire is right in between. Do you see? Do you see? So I'm going to go ahead and read the seer here. Seer, Sage of Wands. Seer, you are a sage. You have seen the light like a priest, monk, sadhu, kahuna, priestess, and shaman. You have seen your mortality. Unafraid of death, you become an eternal flame, the firelight that guides others to their evolution to higher consciousness. Your mastery of a spiritual art or discipline empowers you through energy, perceptivity, character, and purity to awaken and enlighten. Zen calligrapher enlightens power of the word. Tibetan chanter power of the sound. Indian sadhu is power of meditation. The Hawaiian seer is the power of vision. Shaman, healing power. Greek Orthodox priest, power of symbols and ritual. So this is a true engagement. Those that make the final cut are at that level legitimately within this league, within my true favor. And so there's no faking this. There's no adornments nor achievements on paper that can automatically qualify these energetics. Yeah, this is an ongoing, like, validation clause. So, gifts unlocked. Like, I'm encountering a very solid foundation. Others that also have solid foundations. You know, that's the difference between a mobile phone and a landline. These are energies that are more that establish permanency. Excuse me. There we go. I feel like I don't think I had much of my drink yet. Give me a second. Oh, delicious. All right. So anything more? Has it been an hour? Yeah, 56 minutes and 26 seconds. Okay. All right. So this is my superior crew coming through. Sage of Worlds. This is a Page of Wands. No. Page of Pentacles. Master. No, Sage. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You know, this, I just realized that this deck, Voyager Tarot, gives a huge, like, huge props to the page energy in saying that, the page, is like, there's almost, it feels like an overstatement of a title. Like, Page of Wands is labeled a seer. Like, this is initiate energy. Those that are, who dare to adventure off into the unknown, not as a gamble, but as a realm of discovery and trust in one's own navigation, one's own moral compass. And so to, like, the Page of or Sage of Pentacles, it's labeled as Master, which is crazy because, like, who would think that someone who is at, like, starter up is almost like runner-up level, like no longer a what do you call that when you an understudy. Now, I don't mean to, like, talk shit on an understudy, but it's like, this is no longer junior level. This is a junior stepping up, saying, like, into from in an unfamiliar territory. And so it takes a lot of cojones, basically. Okay. So that's wonderful. Okay. Clarifier to that is... It's the Destiny card upright. Bingo, for sure. Look at what the Destiny card looks like. It's like a very primitive, minimalistic view of like a dream catcher. You know, moral compass, bullseye type of energy. And so when you look at that on the overlay, it is right there. Dead center right there. And that is on the Pentacle energy here. 3, 6, reciprocation again, third time. It's saying reciprocation, like, even, like, fair, not fair exchanges, not just fair exchanges, but equal exchanges. And again, I always close with, thank you for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. So to see this for the third time is insane. I don't even remember like this card. So and they're saying that I'm right on path, right on target. And I think there's gems like that for these like these that are on my team. um mm, okay. Mm, okay. So the final cut. Okay. I wonder how this goes though. The final cut could mean several things, so okay. Can you tell me something about those have made the final cut in my favor? Can you tell me a little bit more about that, please? Or please tell me a bit more about those energies. Because I would suspect that my new and improved partner in peace and quiet would be like the commander of these energies as well. Like, yeah, leading, helping, assisting me lead, like co-piloting this energy. The star card, how crazy is that? So a bit about my like collective of supporters, like talented supporters. This is Kuan Yin energy, which is excellent. These understand the realm of compassion, promote it, and but also this is the mother of all mothers of a Queen of Cups, you know, basically. They know the art of reciprocation, the fluency. It's not just the soft, gentle touch of compassion, but standing your ground and knowing what you deserve and what you don't. Like you don't become a goddess for no reason. Like becoming, like, how do you say it? You don't become a goddess by being a doormat in any way. So maybe that's part of like the origin story, because you don't really know the value unless you have absolute contrast. And so yeah, this is being in a better place now. This is starseed energy. This could, or it doesn't have to like pertain to celebrity status. I think they don't want me to focus on that realm. This is definitely starseed energy. Like, if you look at things in totality and know that there are other life forms within and outside of our galaxy, you come to, I don't know if the, if it's now muted or not. Yeah, I don't know if it's muted or not. You just gonna have to tell me. Anyway, my supporters. Okay. Let me get a clarifier for that. It's the Knight of Wands. Okay. These are confident, high vibing energies. Like they're down and truly noted to be there. I can count them in as far as their presence for sure. Let me see here. A little bit more. It's the Hangman in reverse. And another major arcana. These are energies that obviously make big moves, but also gain a sense of enlightenment. So they are successful in their discoveries for sure. Absolutely successful. This is a different version, like kind of the cousin version to the star. Let's say if we're talking about celebrity, this is like the cousin energy, like the different species version of the star card. So there's that. Clarified by, I have some Twizzlers stuck in my teeth. It's annoying. Anyway. This is Knight of Swords in reverse. These are very focused energies for sure. Yeah. Very focused, very like goal oriented. You see, first off right there. Okay. And then you'll see the overlay right here at center. So now they're over here. So it's overlaid on here. You see? It's overlaid on that. When it's really centered. Definitely. Very focused, very goal oriented, and yeah. So those are that kind of energy. So they're a good influence to me. Because for me, I think there has been so much of like a deficit in certain arenas because I became too compliant in my previous realms. So when you're too compliant, it's like everybody else's goals override your own. Even if it's a means to getting to a more advanced spot. There's like a cap, a ceiling, an invisible ceiling that energies place on you. Or I can speak from my own experience for sure. And so, because I've made better life choices now, it's time to explore. Well, I guess I have been exploring different degrees of goal setting. And although the world thus far has propositioned a different kind of invisible cap, I'm at least, engaging in the nature of more domestic goals, to understand that it is a reality for me and I can achieve better, that I can believe in something better. So there's that. But for the longest time for sure, it felt like a goal was more like an impossible dream. And therefore, that's why the bucket list never existed for me. Never. Until plot twist, things are changing in my life. Things quite magical, extraordinary. So I have better things to look forward to. Okay, first off, I'm going to get input from my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight on what I just relayed, for my own sake, for my own favor. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, coming out of the old, pressure cooker. Coming out of that realm. Into the light. Okay, it goes like that. So, 9 of Swords in reversal and 10 of Cups. Holy crap. Do you see, like, the huge contrast? Value of, I once was lost, but now I'm found. But the 9 of Swords is, in reversal is no stress now. Like, coming into the light, walking into the light, there's absolutely not just a relief of, no, like, a lot of relief. A drastic amount of less stress, but also fulfillment. So when I overlay that to here, where are we here? Okay, so that's how it's overlaid here. Okay, so that and that. So I'm going to look at the picture here. Interesting. So there's this energy here. I don't know. It's an ancient energy, but then there's also crop circles here. So let me see how that... fulfillment is kind of like a stellar, like a star seed type of energy and fulfillment. That's what overlays on it. So the non-stressor is, let me see here, what's on the Hermit card? Is it 9? Yeah, okay. The Mayan death mask, is that what that is? Where the heck did I put you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Mayan death mask. Is symbolic of the hermit who shuts out worldly distractions in order to complete his spiritual pilgrimage and temporal work. The hermit symbolizes the law of perfection. You become complete by uniting the highest states of attainment in the material and spiritual realms. To achieve this perfection, the Virgo hermit in you brings health, healing hands, and harvest, depicted in the wheat stalks, to the physical and material life, which serves as a temple of spirit. Prudently, you close out diversions to complete your projects. You eat well, whole grains, and get plenty of rest, closed eyes, to achieve your goals. You seek material security and self-sufficiency so that you can go inward to an inner temple, or depicted as a cave in here, to gain self-knowledge and to live in union with the divine. By getting in touch with the higher self, you bring this power through your hands to heal, create, and guide. You may be a perfectionist to a fault and become estranged from others. Feeling like an outcast, you retreat further and further into yourself. Instead of experiencing revitalizing and illuminating solitude, you feel lonely and dried up. So that's in its ill state. So that's coming out of that energy. So that's very interesting. Wheat crops, health sustaining. Yeah, so this is, I'm on like, being on track also has this implication that you're on the straight and narrow. But being on track also includes going off on tangents. And while I went off on a huge tangent of decades, I'm on track, like in, you know, on the most efficient route. So that's excellent. Okay, there's that. All right, so anything else on my on my team that makes the cut, the final cut, in my favor? Not right now. Okay. All right, so it's time for takeaways. First takeaway. All right, 2 takeaways for my Divine Collective that make the cut. Make the final cut in my favor. Ace of Wands, illumination, quite magical energy. And King of Swords, inventors. Oh my goodness. These are definitely magical innovators. How excellent is that? That's really cool. Okay, so that's your I'm understanding, because you made the final cut. This is your energy. Clarifying the Ace of Wands. Three of Cups. Oh my god. You see this? There's a blast right there. Magical. Highly celebratory. This is a huge turning point. It's not just a pivot. This is plot twist. The pivot turns out to be a huge turning point. Huge milestone. Congrats. Okay. It's no ordinary feat. The clarifier to the Man of Crystals. King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, not only are you the King of Swords, but King of Pentacles. Big boss energy. Shish kebab. So this is not just an inventor like Belle's father, like considered a tinkerer, but what do you call it? That's insane. Yeah, gems are coming to life. One who manifests it into fruition. All right, so 2 takeaways for my an improved partner in peace and quiet. First one. Ten of Wands in reverse. Oh, what a relief for this gentleman, for sure. Had a lot of responsibility, but now with this newly inducted crowd, this is presents a huge amount of relief. Okay, one more takeaway for him. Magician in reverse. That is true. Okay. Well, clarifier to the Ten of Wands in reverse is... I think this is like, yeah. He's been put on overdrive. For sure. Not complaining. King of Cups. Oh my gosh. Huge healing aspect. Like the huge opportunity to create like abundant space. You see? Fertile, but not so crowded in. Like, it's like an incognito camouflage escape plan, like a little retreat. This serves as a little retreat for this energy. Has already blossomed. That's what they're all about. Put certain deaths behind him, for sure. It's kind of fortified him to who he is today. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely like special ops energy. But anyway, Magician in reverse. What goes there? Oh. Magician in reverse, extroverted. So, what's here? I need to get a clarifier for Magician card. Because I don't know, is this a dark practitioner? It's a dark practitioner. A dark practitioner is present. Gosh. Just when we were talking about... Seven of Swords in reverse. No bullshit. That is true. There is a dark practitioner present. Like, absolutely present. This energy knows it. But again, there's greater plans in mind. So I don't understand, like, what... This is crazy. It's Four of Cups in reversal. So, I made a good choice with those that made the cut. A dark practitioner is someone that abuses their power and their gifts to the detriment of everyone. Anyone and everyone. Mm-hmm. So, this energy is not necessarily on vacation. A retreat doesn't mean vacation always. It also doesn't mean to stand down. This means that, luckily, this energy can go, has greater access to a higher role, a higher assignment that they can tend to, that is more isolated to their specialty. This is the bigger fish to fry. This is the energy that, you know, like, I think all of these smaller certain tasks to tend to. Yeah, so this is this, in short, this is coming at the right timing for this energy to tend to big business for sure. All right. Okay, my 3 takeaways are, first one, 9 of Worlds, 9 of Pentacles. My garden is flourishing. Yay! Harvest. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Second takeaway, that is... Ten of Pentacles. No, 10 of Swords. Assassin energy. Delusion. Four of Wands. Home and Hearth. Okay. So my first takeaway clarifier is... Eight of Cups in reversal, a revival, a comeback. So, this is perennial type of energy, like, and the plants, grow back. The harvest comes back there. So, this is, in essence, recuperation, but very fertile at that. The second takeaway here, clarifier for me is Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is calm. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is I think there's executions around me. There's like standing above competition, like striding through it. This is like very calm, easy navigation, found like very chill waters to ride through it, basically skate through it. This is amongst Ten of Swords energy, like hail, like plague, like things that are hitting the neighborhood. This is truly like divine assassin energy. Yeah. So the divine is taking care of the rest in its cosmic sense, and laying down the law, extending justice. So that's wonderful. So the final cut is depicted here. It's kind of like the Noah's Ark energy, Moses' energy. It's like, now you can see God's wrath through other deviations in your life. This is, yeah, people, energy is being put in their place for sure, if not completely extricated. All right. So mote be. All right. So my third takeaway clarifier is the Four of Wands. Internalized. Five of Pentacles. Internalized. This is being practical, doing with what I have. I get one more clarifier for that Five of Pentacles. Page of Cups. So this is still good vibing. This is just more like budgeting energy. Domestically speaking, like I have to look out for my own temple, and the best way to do it, whether to conserve one's energy, is not to live so lavishly. So the degree of funds, whether it's here or there, like whatever, you know, whatever scale it is, it's just reminding me to keep grounded in a way that it's the most practical version of like not living in, it's not living in lack mindset. It's more like I really need to conserve my energy, because with all things require maintenance or some level, some degree to it at one time or another. So it's understanding one's own value by not placing it so much externally, looking out for one's own temple, because there's so much to be discovered there. So what matters truly most is the vibe. You see, oh my gosh, do you see that here? So the Five of Pentacles inverted is on the hand that's reaching out from like the deserts, basically, like and then the Page of Cups is kind of the youngling to the Statue of Liberty, which is a depiction of justice and freedom there. So true freedom is really within the spirit, within the vibe. So that's what they're just reminding me. That's what they're reminding me. Okay, that's crazy. Interesting. All right, thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof. The aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified immediately, me hassle-free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all in these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with the sequence of rollout and light and love. I close the portals in these readings now.